Very occasionally, and if you're very lucky, someone special walks into your life. This person not only touches your heart, but also your soul, and makes your world a richer place in which to live. And Ben and Emily, you're two of these very fortunate people, and that's why you've gathered everyone here today.
When Emily and I first met, the world was a very different place. We'd just emerged from our second lockdown. Most of us were still unsure how many walks we were allowed to legally take, or how many people we could invite into our gardens, let alone what the future held. For many, life had become increasingly uncertain, isolated, and at times pretty bleak, and I was no exception. But then, without realising it at the time, I met my happiness, and everything changed.
We'd often spend our evenings sat on the sofa, in comfortable silence, scrolling through our phones, and occasionally sending each other funny videos. So one night, when Emily was laughing at her phone, and knowing I hadn't sent her anything funny, I just had to know what was going on. Emily started telling me a story about how someone she was talking to and how he was telling her about what meal deal he would choose. When she turned her phone around to show me a picture of Ben, who I recognised pretty quickly as my boss. I told Em she'd best let Ben know we live together, as he may not want someone who works for him associated with a relationship. However, this quickly backfired as I was met with, "If he says it's not okay, you'll have to move out." And that, ladies and gentlemen, is when I knew I'd lost her, and she'd lost her absolute mind.
On our very first day at Mr. Mulligan's Pirate Golf, which was truly romantic, an obvious setting for us, I found myself falling more and more in love with the most beautiful person I've ever met.
Well, cheers everyone. Cheers.
In the 4 years since, I've been the happiest I've ever been. We've travelled the world together, we've become colleagues, we've watched a lot of truly terrible football. We've shared unforgettable moments with our families and friends, and most importantly, I've found the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. With Emily, the dark days never feel quite so dark, the lows never really feel that low, and I'm constantly reminded of just how lucky I am to have met my best friend and the woman in my dreams. I don't need to stand here and tell you how beautiful Emily is. That much is clear to anyone with eyes. But what's truly extraordinary about Emily is that even in a room full of people who couldn't see her, everyone would still know she's the most beautiful soul in the room.
Tradition dictates that I mention special guests who have travelled long distances to get here, so thank you all for coming. Now, families are funny things. Families love and care for each other in many different ways, and it can have very odd effects on you. Very odd effects. So picture the scene 50 years ago, when I was standing on the Kippax at Main Road, watching Bremner, Cooper and Hunter et al. Kicking my beloved Colin Bell uphill and down Dale for 90 minutes. And then, 50 years later, a couple of weeks ago, I was fist pumping a 91st minute Leeds win to secure the championship. So families do have a funny effect on me.
Anyone who truly knows Emily will tell you the same thing. She's one of the kindest, most caring and thoughtful people. She puts the happiness and well-being of others before her own, not because she's soft or a pushover, but because she has a heart unlike any other. Her kindness isn't just something she shows, it's something she lives by every single day. And honestly, what she sees in me, I'm still trying to figure out.
Before we met, I thought I knew what love was and what it meant to be in love. And I don't think I could have been further from the truth and the reality that you show me every day.
Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. I vow to love you to the end of my days, to grow with you and not apart, to make my accomplishments ours and your challenges mine, and to love you deeply and honestly as your teammate and your partner. I choose you.
From the moment we met, I instantly felt calm and safe in your presence. And over the last 4 years, those feelings have never faded. In fact, they've only gotten stronger.
To stand by your side and sleep in your arms, to be joy to your heart and food for your soul, to learn with you and grow with you, even as time and life changes us both.
I promise to never take for granted the life that we have together, enjoying the small moments as much as the big ones. To grow with you, to always laugh with you, and keep choosing you every single day for all of the years to come. Having you as my best friend and my husband is the greatest privilege, and I'm so excited to start this next chapter of our lives together. I love you.
Love you.
Love you.